When creating food packaging, there are often many elements brought together to create one product, but all have to reach set standards. Bitrez Limited is a manufacturer of specialist polymers and chemicals, working with partners to create bespoke solutions. Jonathan Gibson went to Wigan to see what goes on behind the scenes when food packaging is created.
Behind closed doors at the Bitrez laboratories in Wigan, complex chemistry is providing the basis for a new generation of resins to serve markets where stricter regulations are forcing industries to change.
The United Nations, when GHS came about, and the information that was pooled through CIFs, that introduced more restrictions, and it gave the perfect opportunity for innovative companies to be able to look to supply really quite conservative markets that are less likely to change unless there are pressures applied to them. That's where we step in. We have a broad material feedstock, and if we can combine those chemicals in a specific way to satisfy a customer's requirement, then we tend to do that. And because we've got such a diverse range of chemistries that we're involved with, we don't tend to just shove down one particular path. We'll tend to look at what's the best chemistry or product type for a given application.
Take the steel food can. Curafen was developed by Bitrez as an alternative internal coating for the food canning industry in response to a worldwide health scare on BPA-containing products and a French domestic ban. Bitrez's alternative polymer is part of a non-epoxy-based coating, which satisfies the latest regulations without compromising on performance, an innovation recently recognised with a Queen's Award for Enterprise.
I think businesses come to Bitrez because we have a very fast, flexible, responsive business strategy whereby we can react to market demands, both push and pull, in terms of we take requests from customers and we're able to produce quite disruptive, groundbreaking chemistries which solve customer problems. So R&D is the lifeblood of the business, and it gives us such a competitive advantage. We are the troubleshooters in the industry. People often come to us when they are in desperate need of a solution where they've maybe not been able to find it elsewhere. And a good example would be a recent development with an aerospace client who needed very specific high-performance systems, but they needed them to be REACH compliant with regards to hazardous chemicals.
Bitrez is also looking to exploit other business opportunities across the aerospace and automotive industries, with the drive towards battery-powered vehicles one example that's increasing demand for lightweight composite materials. And to meet that rising demand has meant upping production. The company recently moved from a 2 to 3 shift system. This is now a round-the-clock operation.
So we went out, we recruited some more people. What that means is it's given us extra capacity now. We're growing year on year, and we just needed to make sure that from a production point of view, we had enough capability to be able to fulfill our customer orders. Logistically, you have to look at the whole supply chain from cradle through to grave. So that's purchasing the raw materials, warehousing them, everything scales up.
When you look at some of our biggest global competitors, they don't have that flexibility that we do. They can't maybe break into an R&D program to look at developing a new chemistry to produce a smaller volume, maybe for one of their important clients who only needs a few hundred or a few thousand kilograms, where they may be used to producing the tens of thousands of kilograms. And so our contract manufacturing, our toll manufacturing business offers great flexibility. As people here at Bitrez like to say, we are a big chemistry set, and we work across multiple sectors, and that includes supporting our competitors.
An example of that strategy in action is its deal with a much larger competitor, which will open up much of the Americas to Bitrez's product portfolio.
We've signed off on a cooperation agreement across North America, Canada and Mexico, and these guys are now offering a range of our products across those areas, and one or two where they've got some particularly strong positions in one or two multinational organisations in Asia and even in Europe, actually.
And by applying its innovative approach to chemistry to the way it now does business, Bitrez is looking to the future with a growing sense of confidence.